Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel. If this is your first time here, welcome. And if it's not your first time here, thanks for coming back. So today I am going to be doing my top 3 favorite products in each makeup category. So this is a video that I have seen going around lately, and I thought it would be fun to participate. I've seen Kathleen Lights do it, I've seen Juicy Jazz do it, I've seen Jamie Page Beauty. I'm sure there's other people as well, but I will link those 3 videos down below if you want to check them out. But this is going to be a long video, you guys, so I'm just going to get right to it. Everything I talk about, I will link in the description box down below. So if you have any questions, look down in the description box. So when I say my top 3 favorite products in each category, I think that that carries a lot of weight, you guys. So I am really sharing like my 3 most favorite of all time. Now there are always constantly new products that I'm trying that are like current favorites or, you know, new things I'm liking, but these are truly like my 3 favorite products of all time in each category, if that makes sense. So there might be some older things, there might be some things that were discontinued, but I'm just trying to stay true to what I feel are like literally my favorites of all time. We're gonna start off in the order that I usually do my makeup. So I usually start with my eyes. So I'm gonna start with eyeshadow palettes. So my top 3 favorite eyeshadow palettes are, first of all, the Desi x Katy Friendcation palette with Dose of Colors. You guys, I love this palette. Because it has been discontinued, I find myself not reaching for it because I'm too scared to use it up, and then I'm never going to be able to use it again. So that's the downside. The mattes in here are more vibrant and seem to be like more, I don't know, all I can think of is the word vibrant on the eyes than they actually show up in the pan, which is really strange. And the metallics in here are just absolutely unbelievable. This green metallic here is so gorgeously beautiful. I love everything about it. I don't really get a lot of use out of these 2 blues over here, but the rest of the palette is just gorgeous, and it's definitely one of my favorites. Okay, and then another one of my absolute favorite eyeshadow palettes, another one that has been discontinued, is the Anastasia Beverly Hills and Jackie Aina Palette. I love Anastasia Beverly Hills formula in general. Like, it is probably one of my most favorite formulas, and I absolutely love the color scheme on this one. I love how well they blend. They're rich, they're pigmented. There's not a lot of like light matte tones in this, so I do usually just have to go into like my bronzer or something if I want to transition, but it's fine. Like, I'm willing to do that because of how beautifully rich and pigmented and gorgeous these colors are. It's just so unique. That's the thing I love about it. I also don't want to use this one too much because I won't be able to get it again, unfortunately. And then you guys, I have to say that this next palette is probably my most favorite palette that I have in my collection. I just love it. I just love it. And it's what I'm wearing on my eyes today. It's the BH Cosmetics Naughty palette. This palette, first of all, the quality is unbelievable. I can't believe this is an affordable palette. I think I bought this on sale and I think it was under $20, which is like crazy to me. I thought it was limited edition, but I did go on their website recently for something and I did see that it is on the website for like a very affordable price. So you should definitely check it out and definitely see if it's available because it is just absolutely beautiful. The color story to me is perfect. It's got everything I would ever want, and I feel like I would use every single one of these shades. You know, a lot of like big palettes, you feel like maybe I won't use this little section here or a couple of, I would use every single one of these shades. And I have used pretty much every shade in this palette. They're so blendable. It's crazy. I feel like they blend themselves. I don't know what kind of sorcery they put into this palette, but it's amazing. And even if you can't get your hands on this one, BH Cosmetics in general has a beautiful, beautiful eyeshadow formula, and it's affordable. So it's a win-win, but I absolutely love this palette. I would be very sad if it just disappeared from my collection. So the next category is eyeliner. So I am grouping together liquid and pencil eyeliners because there's really only one liquid eyeliner that I ever use, and that is the KVD Tattoo Liner. It's the only liquid liner I use. I think it's absolutely perfect. It's on my desk over there, so I really can't get to it with what you guys don't see on this side of the camera. Everything is kind of arranged in a way that I can't move. So I'll just pop a picture up on the screen. It is the perfect formula. It's so easy to use. You really almost cannot screw it up. So if you're a beginner with liquid liner, I think it is well worth the price to buy this liquid liner. It's very, very pigmented. It's matte. It lasts all day. It will not budge. Even when you go to wash your makeup off at the end of the night, it's kind of hard to get off your eyes. So you definitely need like a good eye makeup remover. But I highly recommend those liquid liners. They're by far my favorite that I've ever tried. And to be honest, the only ones I use. And then for pencil eyeliners, I really only have two brands that I use. I don't wear pencil eyeliner that often, but when I do, I really do go to these two brands. So the first one is LA Girl. I love the LA Girl Glide Gel Liners. So these are the ones that are the actual like pencil tip liners, not the retractable ones. I don't like the retractable ones. I feel like they don't show up on my waterline when I try to use them, but these ones are very pigmented, they're very smooth, and they last a really long time. So I have this like charcoaly one. I also have a brown one that I use all the time and I keep at my desk. So I really highly suggest these, and they're very affordable, like under $4, something like that. They usually run sales with this brand a lot, so I would check those out. And then the other pencil eyeliners I use are the ColourPop BFF Cream Gel Liners. I used to really not like these. I think 5-6 years ago, they had a different formula than they do now, and I really like this new formula. So I'm actually wearing this one on my waterline today. It's the shade Charmer. It's just this purpley color. I have several of these. I love them. They last a long time. They're easy to glide on the waterline. Just really nice liners. Next category is mascara. So I am very picky about my mascara, like incredibly picky, because my eyelashes grow straight down. So I need something that lifts my lashes up and gives them volume, really is what I'm looking for, lift and volume. And it's very hard to find mascaras that do that for me. But I definitely have my go-to mascara combo. So this is what it is. The Marc Jacobs Velvet Primer. This is by far my favorite lash primer that I've ever used. I've used several, but this one is awesome because of the actual wand. It's an hourglass shaped wand, which a lot of curling and lifting mascaras are. So I feel like when I put this lash primer on, it already starts to curl my lashes, and it starts to give them that curl that I can build up with my mascara when I put on top of it. So I love this lash primer. So I had heard Marc Jacobs was going out of business because everything on Sephora from Marc Jacobs was 50% off. Their website, everything was 50% off. So I bought like 3 backups of this. But then I just recently heard that they're not going out of business, but the brand that owned them, I guess their contract is up and they're exploring different options or something like that. So it's very exciting to hear that they're not going out of business, because I don't know what I would do without this lash primer. Every time I wear mascara, I wear this underneath. I don't ever not wear this under my mascara. So yeah, I love it. And then for my actual mascara, this is, again, I've tried every single mascara under the sun, it seems like. This is the NYX On The Rise Volume Lift Mascara. So it's volumizing and it lifts. Exactly what I said I needed. It's affordable. It doesn't flake. It doesn't transfer, anything like that. It's a perfect mascara for what I'm looking for. I absolutely love it. I just ran out of my last tube, like I used it up. So I have a backup that I just have on hand. I love this one, highly suggest it. And then for my third mascara, I like the Hourglass Unlocked Instant Extensions Mascara, but I like this on my lower lash line exclusively. So this is a really good mascara in terms of like the wand. It's very precise. You can really get in there with this tiny wand and get every little eyelash on the bottom. I really don't have that many. I have about 5 or 6 down there, and they're really hard to get to if the mascara wand is too big. So I like this one for that reason. And the other reason is this is the tubing mascara, which means it removes with warm water in a tube. So it just slides off your lashes. It doesn't like smudge or anything like that, which is perfect for a lower lash mascara in my opinion. So I do like this one as well. Okay, and then this category is my #1 most necessary, most favorite category of makeup. It's concealer. So I would be okay if I never had to wear makeup again, as long as I could have concealer. I would be okay with nothing else. Days where I don't really want to wear makeup, I will wear concealer, you know, if I want just like minimal makeup. So these 2 of the 3 of these are like absolute necessities for me. So, and then I have a third one as well that I like. So first of all, I'm counting this as a concealer because it kind of is a concealer. This is the Becca Undereye Brightening Corrector in light to medium. I am so sad Becca is going out of business for this product alone. I literally don't know what I'm gonna do when I run out of the backups that I've bought of this. I don't know. I just don't know. I'll have to try other correctors. That's what I'll have to do, duh. But this is amazing. It's so lightweight. It doesn't add like a cakey extra layer underneath concealer. It's emollient, but it's not greasy. It's just perfect to put on a light layer underneath your concealer if you want to just add extra color correcting if you have severe dark under eyes like I do. Or you can wear this on its own if you want just like a very minimal coverage to your under eye, just a little color correction. Absolutely love this, and if you're interested in it, I would get it ASAP because come September, you will not be able to get this anymore. And then the next product, which is a must-have for me, is Tarte Shape Tape. I know this is a love it or hate it type of product, but I love it. I haven't found a concealer really that competes with this, in my opinion, for what I want. I specifically want high coverage, and this is the highest coverage that I've found that also stays put. So for me, as I'm getting older, I am getting lines around my eyes. For me, when I smile, I definitely have like lines under my eyes, which is fine. I'm not complaining about that. But if I have a concealer that's too hydrating, it will absolutely break up, crack, crease, and make that area look so much more emphasized than I need it to be. And this, I put it on and I set it, and it literally doesn't move all day. Yes, it's a little drying, but I don't mind that for the sake that it covers really well and it doesn't move. And that's really what I'm looking for. So I usually wear the shade Light Beige in the winter, fall, spring months. When I get a little deeper, I'm not sure what my shade is yet. I've mixed a couple of things together on my eyes today. Yeah, I'll have to kind of go and see what's available at Ulta, but highly suggest this if you're looking for a high coverage concealer. And then I really do like the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. For me personally, I can't wear this on its own. Like I've already said, it's too hydrating for me. It will move around, but I like to mix this with the Tarte Shape Tape. I think that's a really good cocktail together. It hydrates the dryness of the Tarte a little bit, and it still provides good coverage. So I'm really enjoying mixing the hydrating with the Tarte Shape Tape. And I wear the shade Light Peach in that. All right, now we're on to primer. So I'm not a huge primer person, but there are a handful of ones that I really like. The first 2 that I have, one of them's on my desk. I'll pop a picture up. I'm sure you guys have heard of it. It's the Milk Hydro Grip Primer and the Mint Melt Cooling Face Primer from e.l.f. So these 2 are pretty similar in terms of consistency, but I feel that they do different things. So I like them both for different things. So the Milk Hydro Grip, I think definitely makes my makeup last a lot longer on my face. It really gives you this sticky, tacky sort of texture on your face. So if you don't like that, you won't like it. But it definitely lets your foundation adhere to it, so it really does grip your makeup, like it says. Now, the Mint Melt one, I don't feel like it prolongs the wear of my makeup nearly as much as the Hydro Grip. But what I do feel like it does is it creates like an absolutely beautiful glass moisturized base. So I love using this under my more matte foundations that may be a little drying on me. This provides some moisture to a foundation like that. And I just think anything that you put on top of it makes your skin look so glassy and just absolutely hydrated, beautiful, wonderful. So if you're looking for something like that, I think this is really, really nice. And then the third primer is the NYX Bear With Me Sunscreen Primer. It's beautiful moisturizing primer. I've mentioned this several times on my channel, so I don't have to go too deep into it, but it provides really nice, like it basically feels like a moisturizer. It does have a scent to it, so if you don't like that, you might not like this one. And it does have SPF in it, which is always a great like extra layer of SPF on my face, so I love that one as well. Okay, and now we are into foundations. So I don't wear foundation all the time, especially on like a day-to-day basis. I live in Florida, it's too hot. Any foundation I put on my face is probably going to melt off my face, especially in the summertime. But if I am doing like a special occasion or glam look, or I do teach ballroom dancing, so if I'm going to competition or something like that, I'm gonna wear foundation. So first off, I will show you guys the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation. I absolutely love this foundation. It's definitely more of like a dewy, hydrating sort of consistency on the face. It's just gorgeous. It's very skin-like. I love it. And I love the shade MN4 for me. I have a really hard time finding foundations that match my undertone. That took me like 5 times to say that phrase. I am a true like neutral olive undertone. So this for me is like so beautiful in the summertime when I have more of a tan. I don't love the applicator and I don't like the smell, but I look past both of those things because I love the shade and the finish of this. It is only available at Walmart, I think, and I heard that they are discontinuing it. I've heard that for a while though, so I don't know if it's true, but if you can get your hands on it, I would. And then the next one I have is the L'Oreal Paris Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear. This is a foundation that I use if I'm going to be dancing and I need my foundation to stay put on my face. It looks so beautiful and it is incredibly long wearing. So that is definitely a huge, huge pro to me if I'm looking for something like that. I also love that it's so skin-like, it doesn't look cakey, it doesn't feel heavy, but it's super long lasting, and that's kind of rare to find. I do wear the shade 465 in the summertime. It's gorgeous, it's beautiful, I love it. And then probably my #1 favorite foundation of all time is the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Cream. I just love it. I've loved it for years. It's incredibly long wearing, skin-like, just beautiful consistency, feels lightweight. It doesn't sink into my lines. It makes my skin look so smooth. It has a little bit of SPF in it, which is always a plus. And it's just my go-to. Like if I don't want to worry about my makeup and I want consistency and I want to know it's gonna look good and work out, this is the one I always go to. I do wear the shade medium. It's what I have on my face today in the summertime, and in the wintertime I use the shade light, and both of those work for me. The shade range on this is not great, unfortunately, but if you can get your shade, I think it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful foundation. And I would call it a foundation. I feel like it's medium coverage. I don't think it's like super light coverage or anything like you would think a CC cream would be. Okie dokie, we're on to powder next. So I really mostly use loose powders. I don't use pressed powders very often. So these are my 3 favorite loose powders. So the first one is the Ilia Fade Into You Soft Focus Finishing Powder. This powder is absolutely beautiful. It is kind of scary because it looks white, like an HD finishing powder. You know, those ones that are like super dry and chalky and give you weird, crazy flashback. This doesn't give, I'm not sure if it gives zero flashback. I feel like it might give a little flashback, but I don't really do flash photography very often, so I can't really say. But I will say it is beautiful for setting your makeup. If you are afraid that the powder is going to change the color of your concealer or your foundation, this is a great one to go to because it does not in any way alter the color. So I love that. I don't feel like it's overly drying, but it's definitely a matte setting powder. I just love it for under my eyes as well as all over my face. I think it's so smooth and so beautiful. And then next I have the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Instant Retouch Setting Powder. And this one is in the shade Lavender. So it is like a purple tint, which again seems kind of scary, but I love this for when I'm more fair. So I wouldn't use this right now in the summertime because it would be way too brightening on me. But I love this for under my eyes when I'm fair. So if you're fair and you're looking for like an under eye brightening powder, this is beautiful. It's so finely milled, so it's so smoothing. And the purple tint, I don't know how, like the color wheel, I don't know how that works, but it instantly like gives your under eye really beautiful brightness. So if you like that look, I highly suggest this. And also because it's so finely milled and this is such a huge package, I will never have to repurchase this. I mean, it's huge. People say that this has a very strong scent. I personally don't feel like it has a super strong scent. Like there's definitely a scent, but it's not overwhelming for me. But if you are sensitive to scents, I would just be aware of that. Okay, and then this is my most favorite powder that I've been using for a really long time, and it's been discontinued. I'm sorry. This is the Patrick Starrr and MAC collaboration, the Patrick's powder. It's a beautiful powder, you guys. I don't want to go on and on about it because you can't get it, but it's this beautiful, lightweight, smooth powder that's got like a peachy pink tint to it, which I feel for me color corrects my under eye darkness, which is what I'm looking for. It's nice to wear all over the face. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm really sad it's been discontinued. I did buy a backup of it when they said it was being discontinued, so I have some more, but I wish they would bring this back because it's beautiful. Okay, now we're on to bronzer. So for bronzer, I have two powder bronzers and a cream bronzer. So the first one is the Milk Makeup Matte Bronzer Stick in the shade Baked. So I have the mini. I've had this for a really long time and I still, I still have a lot of still have a lot of product left. So that's good. I love this cream bronzer. I feel like it's the perfect cream bronzer. It's not too emollient. It's not hard to blend. The color for me is perfect. It's like a neutral, leaning, warm shade. So it's not like a contour. It's more of a bronzer like it says. They don't have a lot of shades. I think they only have 2 shades, which totally sucks. But if one of the shades work for you, get it because it is beautiful. And I actually saw the larger version. I did buy it at Marshall's for a very affordable price. So check out there, but I just love this. I definitely don't draw it directly on my face because I've done that before and it is a little hard to blend that way, but I just take like a dense contour brush and I go directly onto the stick and then take the brush and blend it on my face, and I find that works perfect. So I'm wearing it on my face today and I have a powder bronzer on top of it, which I'll talk about later. Love it. And then my next favorite is the Milani Silky Matte Bronzing Powder in the shade 03 Suntan. So this is good for me when I am tan, when I have a little more of a tan. Just a beautiful matte powder. It's easy to blend. There's zero shimmer, zero shine. So if that's your thing, it's great. I like this for more like when I'm gonna be on camera or if I'm gonna take pictures because a matte bronzer is a little more forgiving in my opinion for me. And I love the tone on me. It's more of a neutral color. Love it. It's just beautiful. And then my most favorite bronzer of all time, number one, is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. It's just a classic for me. It's the most smooth, blendable, beautiful bronzer. It's got a slight sheen to it, so it's not like super matte and it's not glittery, but it gives like this beautiful glow. It's what I'm wearing on my face today. I have just the original bronzer shade. Again, the shade range is not good on this, unfortunately, but the just bronzer, the one's called bronzer, works for me. So if you're similar skin tone to me, you would like that. The scent is strong. I don't particularly love the scent. Some people do. I don't. I think it smells like popcorn. And the packaging's not great, but the bronzer itself is beautiful. So highly, highly recommend this one. Okay, now we're down to blush. So I've got, my first blush is the classic Milani Luminoso Powder Baked Blush. Just a classic go-to if you want a little bit more of a glowy blush that's not glittery. This is like a peachy blush with a slight gold glow to it. It's extremely blendable. It's not glittery. It's just like a beautiful, flattering color. If you don't love this color, they do have other colors in the baked blush line. I've tried a couple of the other ones and I don't really love them. I think this one is the best one. I did also buy this a very, very long time ago, so they may have changed their formula. That's entirely possible, but I love this one and I continue to reach for it after all these years. The next blush that I have is the e.l.f. Primer Infused Blush. I have several of these, but the one I'm wearing on my face today and the one that I really love lately is the shade Always Punchy. It's a very unique color. It's just like a very light peachy pink color. These are really, really pigmented, so you need like the littlest, tiniest, littlest bit. So that in turn means they're going to last forever and they're only $6. They are an entirely matte, well, these ones are entirely matte. They do have like a line of shimmer primer blushes. I've never tried those before, but the matte ones are just so blendable, so beautiful. The colors are very unique. They have a great shade range, so highly suggest these, and they are one of my favorites for sure. And then the last blush I have is the Alamar Cosmetics Colorette Blush Trio, and this is in the medium tan shade. I got this in a BoxyCharm years ago, and when I saw medium tan, I was like, ooh, I don't know if that's gonna work for me. But these are so beautiful. The colors are so beautiful. I usually just mix all three together, but there's definitely a variety, so you can kind of pick and choose what you want. The actual formula on these are so unique. They're so incredibly soft, but they have a sheen to them once again. So they're not matte, but no glitter at all. And a lot of times with these like shimmery blushes, they tend to be not really that smooth. They can tend to look skippy or something, but these are so buttery smooth. So I highly suggest checking out these. They've got several different colors as well for these. They're just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. All right, and next up we have highlight. So I don't really wear highlight very often anymore, but these are definitely ones that I've had in my collection for a long time that I have loved for years, so I wanted to share them. Two of them are discontinued, so that's great. So the first one is the Anastasia Beverly Hills and Amrezy Highlight. I'm sure you guys have heard about this. It was huge when it came out. They brought it back and then they took it away again. It's just a beautiful neutral highlight that can really work with a lot of skin tones. It's so smooth, zero glitter, beautiful, doesn't emphasize texture. It's what I'm wearing on my face today. Just beautiful. You can build it up to make it really pop. Love it. It's gone though, so don't get too excited about it. And then the next one, which has also been discontinued, is the ColourPop Super Shock Cheek On the Cusp highlighter. So this was a collaboration with Kathleen Lights. And if you've ever used the ColourPop Super Shock formula before, it's this bouncy like cream to powder texture. And this highlight is so beautiful because it's more of like a rose gold color. It's very unique. And again, not glittery. And it's a really easy formula. You just use your finger and just kind of pat it on where you want it so you can really be precise with it. Gorgeous, melts into the skin. So this color no longer exists, but they do have other colors, so you could check out the other colors that they have. Okay, and then the last highlight, you can tell it's well loved. The packaging is broken. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder in the shade Precious Petals. This was a huge deal when it, I don't know, 5 years ago, 4 years ago on YouTube, people used to talk about it all the time. This is like less than $5 or $4, something like that, crazy cheap, and it's beautiful. This again is more of like a pinky champagne highlight, actually more of like a rose gold once it's actually on. I don't know if you can even see that, probably not. Beautiful. I can't believe it's only $4 or whatever it is. I've hit pan on it. Used to use this all the time, exclusively the only thing I used for a long time. Really gorgeous highlight. These are so underrated, and probably you walk by them at the drugstore and you don't even notice them, but they're gorgeous. All right, we have setting spray next. I really only have two favorites for setting sprays. There's really only two setting sprays that I feel like have actually done something for me. The first one is the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Because I do teach dance and I dance competitively, I really find that this does make my makeup last longer when I'm sweating or whatever. It really, really does what it says it's supposed to do. This is the Summer Solstice one. This one came out a couple of years ago for the summertime, and it smells divine, like sunscreen, but in a good way. I don't think they have this one anymore, but there's just the standard all-nighter is great. Love it, love it, love it. And then the other favorite of mine is the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. I love this for two major reasons. The first one is the continuous mist. Just fine. It's not gonna leave you with like dots on your face. Love, love the mist. And I love this for when I feel like I've put too much powder or my skin is looking a little cakey. This really gives that hydration and lets my makeup just sink into the skin and become one with the skin. Gorgeous, beautiful. All right, we're going to do lashes next. I really don't find myself wearing lashes very often anymore. I'm not feeling them lately on a daily basis, let's put it that way. But I do have 3 brands / styles of lashes that I do love when I do wear lashes. So we're gonna go from most dramatic to least dramatic. So the most dramatic ones are from the brand Beauty Creations. I have several of these lashes and they are incredibly high quality, beautiful styles that are dramatic, but they're not like over the top, like drag queen type lashes. They're still very wearable. So they'd be good for like a date night or a nighttime glam look. They're beautiful. The ones that are in the hot pink packaging, they have a million different styles. So you would probably find one that you like. This one in particular is in the style Undisclosed, but I've used other styles from this brand in the pink packaging and I've loved them so much. They're just gorgeous. And I think they're $5.99. And then if I want something that is a little less dramatic than that, but still is going to match like an eye look that is a little bit more on the glam side, like what I'm wearing today, I love the Ardell Wispies and the Ardell Demi Wispies. So the Wispies are what I'm wearing today. They're more of like a rounded shape where it's tapered on both sides and then the middle is longer. So I like this for eye looks like today where I'm not wearing a wing, where I'm just more of a rounded eyeshadow look. These complement that very well. They're very lightweight. They're very easy to use. They're at the drugstore. They're very accessible, so I like these. And the Demi Wispies are more for like a cat eye look where the lashes fan out at the outer end and they taper in at the inner end. So I like that for when I'm doing more of a cat eye winged type of look. So they're great. Ooh, they're great. And then for a more day-to-day basis, if I want just like a little extra oomph with my eyelashes, I love the Kiss Looks So Natural Trio Lash Medium Combo. So they have a set of medium and a set of short, and they're called trios because they have 3 individual lashes on one band. So they're easier to use than literal individual lashes that take forever to put on your eyes. This puts on 3 at a time, but you can customize how many you want, or where you can place them to really emphasize whatever you're looking for. And they're just very easy to use. They're wonderful. They're almost look like you're wearing lash extensions, that type of look. So I love that. Okay, and brows is another one of the major, most important makeup categories for me. So I have 2 brow pencils and a brow gel to share with you guys. So the first one is Anastasia Brow Definer, and I wear the shade medium brown. I love this one. I have thicker brows already to start with, so I don't need to do a whole lot of filling in. So this is one that I love for when I am in a hurry and I don't have time to use a small, precise brow pencil to fill in every little stroke. This basically just allows me to outline, fill in real quick what I need. So it's not super precise. If you have sparse brows, you probably wouldn't like this. But if you have thicker brows like me, this is just a very quick and easy application. I love the shade, it's perfect for me, and I love the consistency. It's not too waxy, it's not too creamy. It's really just the perfect consistency. Love it. But if you're looking for something more precise, I really, really like the NYX Micro Brow Pencil, and I have mine in the shade Ash Brown. So this is way more of a smaller tip. So if you have more sparse brows, this is going to look more like hair-like strokes. Gorgeous, it's $10, it's wonderful. It is comparable, in my opinion, to the Anastasia Brow Wiz, and it's easy to pick up at the drugstore. They've got a million shades. You probably would find one that works for you. Love this brow pencil. And then I usually, if I'm going to draw my eyebrows in with a pencil, I prefer to use a clear brow gel, just because I feel like if I use a tinted brow gel on top, it looks too much. So this is my favorite brow gel, clear brow gel of all time. It's the Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. I feel like this glues my brows into place. So if you don't like a glued, almost hairsprayed brow, you won't like this, because it definitely does give a slightly crunchy effect to the brows, but I don't care. I love that it makes my brows stay in place all day. And because I have thicker brows, I need something that's super strong, because most brow gels, my eyebrows will fall almost instantly. So this one is by far my favorite. It is more on the pricey side, but a tube of this lasts a really long time because it has such a big amount of product. So love it. Okay, this is a long one. I told you it would be. I hope you're still here. If you are still here, I want you guys to comment down below, what are your favorite, you obviously don't have to do top 3 favorites in every category, but what are your top 3 favorite products of all time? Just in general, I would love to know what they are. Okay, so we're down to the last category, which is lips. Now, I've split this up into a few different categories because I have a million lip products. If you didn't see my lip declutter, I will link it down below. I've got a lot of lip products. Even after I've decluttered things, I still have a lot. And I have a lot of favorites. So, I don't know, I love them. I'm gonna start with lip liners. I have to say, I absolutely love the KKW Beauty lip liners. They are really, really beautiful. First of all, the shades are just so unique. I feel like they have a nude for every skin tone. It goes from very, very light to very, very deep. They are really, really creamy, but they last forever. These are probably the longest wearing lip liners that I've personally tried. They're really, really gorgeous. I got a mini pack that had 5 in the actual pack. Now KKW Beauty is going out of business, so you might want to check out, if you're interested, you might want to check it out ASAP. I am wearing Nude 1.5 on the perimeter of my lips. They're great. The next one, as you can see, I really like it because it's just a tiny little stub at this point. It is the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in the shade Wherever Walnut. This is just a beautiful, brownie nude for me. I love wearing this on the perimeter of my lips and then pairing it with a lighter nude in the middle to get an ombre effect. just beautiful. This is more of a drier formula, which is nice for longevity. Like it doesn't move around on my lips. It stays pretty nicely. I love these. Again, they've got a million colors. And the good thing about this, it is pricey, but when it's in a full size, it's really big. So, you know, there's a lot of product, a lot more product than a cheaper lip liner. And then I'd have to say my favorite lip liner of all time, the one I use really on a daily basis, is the ColourPop Lippy Pencil in the shade BFF. For me, it's my perfect My Lips But Better shade. A light, warm nude, beautiful. If you are a deeper complexion than me, they have BFF2, BFF3, BFF4, so it does go deeper than this. But if you are my skin tone or lighter, you probably would love this. Very creamy, not incredibly long wearing, but the shade and the consistency is just beautiful. So I love it. Okay, and then I have 3 lipsticks to share with you guys. The first one is discontinued, so I'm not gonna spend too much time on it, but it is my favorite and I have really used it almost all the way up. This is the Too Faced Peach Perfect in the shade Sunday Funday. So this is a matte lipstick. It's got the embossed peaches on it, which is great, but it's this beautiful, warm nude color. Everything I've wanted in a lipstick. Beautiful. Packaging's beautiful, but it's gone, so. The next lipstick is the one I'm wearing on my lips today. This is the Essence Semi Matte This Is Nude lipstick in the shade 03 Bold. This is, first of all, a beautiful formula for, I think these are $2.99, something crazy like that. I agree that it is a semi-matte. It's not super creamy, but definitely not drying matte. The thing I love about this one is the shade. I feel like it's a very unique, kind of deeper warm nude. Yeah, it's less pink than the Too Faced one. It's the one I'm wearing on my lips, like I just said. It's really, really beautiful, especially for the price. I will say one downside to this, I mean, for me, it's not a big deal, but it is heavily fragranced and it smells like perfumey. It's kind of a strange smell for a lipstick. Usually when lipsticks smell, they smell like cupcakes or like fruit or something. This smells like perfume. Once it's on your lips, it's not really detectable though. So if you can get past it, it's a nice lipstick. And then this is just a beautiful, super creamy, glossy lipstick. This is the NYX Filler Instinct lipstick in the shade Beach Casual. So this is kind of a cross between a balm and a lipstick. So like juicy sheer, and it does have a slight plumping minty tingle to it, which I personally like. It smells very minty, and this color is just like a light nude, very wearable, easy to swipe on without a mirror type of lipstick for your purse. Gorgeous, highly, highly suggest these. They're affordable, of course, because they're drugstore, so love that. Okay, and then we have liquid lipsticks. So during the whole masking period, I was wearing liquid lipsticks a lot because they don't transfer, really, most of them. So these were the ones that I was reaching for the most. So first of all, Dose of Colors. I love their formula. It is definitely one of my favorite formulas. It's not super, super drying to your lips. And I would say that they're like 95% transfer proof. This one in particular I have is the shade Peachy. I think this one is discontinued, but it's this beautiful peachy, well, it says peachy, it's peachy. This peachy color, but they've got a trillion colors, truly, that you could choose from and find one you like. I just love the formula of these liquid lipsticks. And then my next favorite liquid lipsticks are the Tarteist Lip Paints. I feel like these, again, are really nice. They're very pigmented. One swipe is fine. They've got a million colors. They do not transfer. These ones dry down completely matte, but they are not drying because some are very drying. I mean, I don't usually have a huge problem with dry lips. I live in a very humid climate, so I'm not sure if these would be dry on you if you like are prone to dry lips, but for me, they're very, very nice and comfortable. I have the shades Festival, which is like a cool tone pink, and then I have the shade Low Key, which is more of a warm nude, which is the one I wear a little bit more often. Just beautiful. And then my third liquid lipstick favorite are the ones from Laura Lee Los Angeles. So I've had several of her liquid lipsticks and I like them. They're a completely different texture than the ones I was talking about. They're much more of like a moussey consistency. So they're a little bit more plush on the lips and they do dry down matte. I would say they are a little more drying than the other ones that I talked about, but they're incredibly long wearing and they do not transfer at all. And I also love her shades that she offers. I think they're very unique. I really, really like them. I like the smell of them as well. That one was in the shade Topless, which is like a cool tone nude. And then I also have the shade Kismis, which is like a berry color, which is so pretty. I love that. If I'm gonna wear a color like that, I definitely want it to be a liquid lipstick so it doesn't move around. So I love these as well. So we're down to the last category. Wow. The last category is lip glosses. So I've got 3 lip glosses to share with you guys. So the first one is the Patrick Ta Major Glow Lip Shine in the shade She's an Influencer. This lip gloss is so beautiful. You could just stare at it in the tube and just look at all the sparkles. It just looks so beautiful. It's so multi-dimensional and it goes with any lipstick. I am wearing it on my lips today. Now I will say it's expensive and it's kind of small, but in my opinion, I don't regret buying it. I thought it was worth the money. Just beautiful if you love a sparkly, multi-dimensional lip gloss that's not sticky and it has like a slight plumping effect, minty tingle to it. If you don't like a sparkly lip gloss and you prefer something that's just color and no sparkle, I love the Shine On Lip Jellies from Tower 28, and this one is in the shade Cashew. This is so gel-like and so smooth on the lips, not at all sticky in the slightest. And I love this kind of nudie brown color. It's definitely sheer, like you're not gonna get super pigment out of it, but it's just so juicy and smooth and lightweight on the lips. They've got several colors. Love these. And I've saved the best for last. I have to say, probably one of my most favorite lip products of all time and one of my most favorite makeup products of all time is the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in the shade Fenty Glow. If you are a returning subscriber, you know I love this because I've talked about it endless amounts of time. I'm just waiting for Fenty to just call me up and, you know, let me be the face of the Gloss Bomb. I just love this lip gloss. It's everything I've ever wanted in a lip gloss and more. The scent is gorgeous. The consistency is gorgeous. It's not sticky, but it's long wearing. The color is gorgeous. It has a slight sheen to it. The applicator is gorgeous. Love it. That's it. I love it. This is my backup. The one I really use lives in my purse and it's going through it. Like it's in rough shape because of how much I've used it, but I love it. All right, you guys, and that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you stuck around to the end, thank you so much. I so appreciate it. I know this was a long one, but those are my top 3 favorites in each category. I would love to hear from you guys down in the comments. What are some of your favorite products? What are some that you've loved for years? Or what are some that you're loving recently? I would love to know. If you're not already subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe before you leave. I upload videos weekly, both beauty and fashion videos. And give this a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I would really appreciate that. All right, you guys, I will see you in my next video. Bye.